Hello, everybody. I hope you guys had a great weekend. Hi, Brenda. How are you? You are like freezing right there in Pennsylvania with me. I honestly don't remember the last time that it was this cold for this long. Crazy. Oh my gosh, Denise, I was literally just in balmy Rhode Island this weekend. We were at, well, we didn't stay at, but we went to the Ocean House because that's where my son is getting married in July. So we went up and did our menu tasting, and I must say, it was very good. And when they brought out the three different kinds of cake, I was like, oh, okay, you can't hear. Okay, so Brenda, can you hear me? If not, I'll run upstairs and grab my other microphone. But Denise, you might have to turn up your volume. Maybe it's my volume. I don't know. It's okay. So let me know if you guys can hear me or not, because I don't want you to not be able to hear me. Um, because that would really stink. Anyway, so yes, I was in Rhode Island. I'm super excited. My middle son is getting married this summer, and I couldn't be happier. They have been dating since high school. So it's crazy. It's lower, really? Okay, that's so weird. All right, let me just run upstairs and see if I'll grab my microphone. So just so sorry. I should have anticipated this. Hold for 2 seconds. I love tech issues. You know that. Everybody cross your fingers and hope this makes. But is that better? Let me know if that is better. Um, but Denise, I totally hear you because there are certain streaming platforms that I can't hear. They seem lower than others. And then when you go to switch to another one, you are unpleasantly surprised at the volume that it's actually set at. Yay, you guys can hear better. I'm so excited. Okay, do me a favor. If there's anybody on Facebook, just give me a thumbs up, or because I'm not, for whatever reason, I had some issues. Tech issues, my favorite thing. Anyway, so today's topic is kind of about our confidence, imposter syndrome, what we can do to help combat that. So let me know in the comments if you guys ever like suffer from that, whether it be you're quilting a quilt and you're thinking, there's no way I'm going to do this justice, or you are just wanting to enter a show, but you're like, I'm not like Margaret Solomon Gunn or a Beth Ann Nemish. Those things play with your head. Like, what we tell ourselves actually matter. So I want to just really kind of get real here for a minute. But I do also know that many of you don't know me. So I'm going to just quickly introduce myself. My name is Lisa Kaye. I have been quilting for over 20 years now. The long arm quilting world in particular it's a much different landscape than it was back when I started. Back when I started, there was no real like Facebook groups, there was no YouTube, there was no TikTok and Instagram and all these wonderful things that we have to utilize now to excel our learning. So I'm fairly self-taught. I have been teaching since roughly 2006, and it's actually the one thing that I did that I was like, okay, I love this, right? I absolutely love teaching, and I think the thing that I love the most is watching a student have their aha moment. That is the most fun. With that being said, there are definitely imposter issues along the way. Like, why do they want to learn from me? I might not be the expert in X, Y, and Z. So I think no matter where you are on the scale, from beginner to advanced, you have the same thoughts, right? I'm not good enough. Why is somebody going to take a class from me? Why am I going to try to enter a quilt show? I'm not good enough. Like, those things ring in our heads all the time. And if we keep telling ourselves those things, we will start to believe them, and then you will think, I am not good enough. Each and every one of us has something to offer, whether it be you want to teach something. Everybody teaches a different way. So I always tell my students, I love feathers. I teach feathers all the time. But another teacher teaches it slightly different, and we all learn different, and you might learn better from that particular teacher. So if you're like, I really want to learn feathers and I just can't. I've taken it, from the best feathers out there and I still can't do it. You don't ever want to say you can't do it. You just haven't done it yet. That's what you're looking at, right? I just haven't done it yet. I just haven't found the person to explain it the right way. So I'm going to show you this particular quilt. So back in 2010, I was in a huge, huge creative slump. Like, it was bad. I didn't want to quilt for customers. I didn't want to quilt for myself. I didn't want, any of that. And I needed to figure out how I was going to get out of said slump. And one of the things that pushed me to get out of the slump was this particular quilt. It was a challenge that a friend on a Yahoo group, I think it was a Yahoo group, anyway, she designed that center applique and sent it out, and you could paint it, you could quilt it, you could applique it, you could piece it, you could, whatever it is that just had to get it on a quilt. And that little bit of structure really, really helped me. And this quilt kicked my butt, because I was like, okay, this is going to be my first scrap quilt, because that was one of the things we couldn't do. We couldn't buy any fabric. And I don't have a big stash. So once I created that center medallion, I just kind of started digging through my stash to figure out what I had, what would work, what would not work. But I thought, because this was going to be my scrap quilt, that I was going to try a whole bunch of new things, right? So I tried machine applique. I tried paperless paper piecing. I did bobbin work. I did curved piecing. So I threw like the kitchen sink into this quilt. And what it taught, I learned so much from this particular quilt. So if you're in a slump, try and learn something new, but have a little bit of structure to it. join a mystery quilt, right? Or do a project that is short that you can finish, start to end in the weekend, and be done, whether it's a bag, a rug, a small baby quilt, a small throw, something, just to kind of give you a little bit of a push. I think that makes a huge, huge difference. Now, this particular quilt, I have a whole PowerPoint presentation on this particular quilt. This is the quilt that almost broke me. And so when we talk about confidence, I had put this together, and the quilt sat for a year to a year and a half because I was afraid I was going to ruin it with the quilting. Let me know in the comments, do you ever have those moments where you're like worked so hard on a quilt and put everything into it, and then you're like, I can't quilt this. What if I ruin it with the quilting, right? The worst feeling in the world. The worst. So one of the things, and I keep looking down at my notes because I had things that I really wanted to say to you guys. So when you feel like that, the best thing you can do is find your people, right? You want to go find your people. And those people are going to be the ones that champion you on and tell you, you got this, you can do this, what are you talking about? Like, you don't want to send it to a quilter, you are a quilter, you know? So that's what you want to find. You want to find your people, because the imposter syndrome is real, and we all, I think, experience it at some point. So you are definitely not alone. So how do we gain confidence? I'm going to tell you this right now. Reps. The more you quilt, the better it is, right? I'm going to tell, repeat it. Reps. The more you quilt, the better you get. The more confidence you get. The more confidence you get in your designing. You know, we in the Creative Design Society have the design decision dilemmas, and I always tell everybody, print off the quilt, draw on the quilt, come up with a plan. I don't care if you're never going to quilt that quilt. Just coming up with the plan, a design plan, stretches your creative muscle, your design muscle, right? So it's that repetition. It's like, what am I going to quilt on this? What am I going to quilt on this? Confidence in having a plan. I'm huge, right? I am huge on having a plan before you load your quilt. There's nothing worse than loading your quilt, having it be there on the machine, and you stand and stare at it and be like, I have no idea what I'm going to quilt on this, right? I've been there. I'm sure you've been there. It's not a good feeling. So the next thing is having a backup. And when I say having a backup, have a backup plan, right? Like, okay, so if this doesn't work, then maybe I'm going to try this. You know, if I'm having a bad backtracking day, I'm going to move to these feathers, or whatever it is, but have some sort of a backup plan. And sometimes, I'm going to be really honest with you, sometimes a backup plan is, I'm going to walk away from my machine for a while because I can't do this, right? So that definitely is a good backup strategy as well. And then another thing, and I think I've just talked about this, is support. If you have support in your quilting, it goes a long way, right? And it's not just your husband going, oh, honey, that looks pretty. It's not that. It's your people. What we do is pretty solitary. We're typically alone in our studios, you know, sewing or quilting or whatever. So we're typically by ourselves. So you need to find that support group, right? Guilds, friends to go sew with, retreats, all of those. So you definitely want to find support, because those are the people that are going to help get you into your confidence mode. Super, super important. So confident quilters, they're not fearless. They just know how to move forward with that fear. I know that's like crazy, but so, so true. Every quilter out there, it's like you're like on the verge. Do I do this metallic thread? Do I stay safe and go with this one, right? The fear of ruining it, the fear of I've never used metallic thread, or maybe what if it starts to break, or like all of those things, right? That is what you guys need support for. So I do want to let you know that I am doing a free Galentine's Day week. So February 14th to the 21st inside the Creative Design Society. Super excited. This is the list of classes that we have. So we have an extensive list of classes inside of the society. And what I can say about the society is that it is like, think of like a machine quilting guild on steroids, because there's so many extras that you get. It's like the support that I was talking about. We meet on Wednesdays for Q&As, and then on Tuesday, Fridays, and Sundays, we have sew-alongs, where from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern time, we're all just together sewing. Some people are quilting, they're on their machine. Some people are sewing, some people are doing handwork. Some people are actually just cooking dinner. So everybody does something a little differently, but it's so much fun. And if you have color questions, if you have thread questions, if you have design questions, like we're all there to support each other. And it is truly the best group. So anyway, I'm super excited. So a free week. So you can sign up now, and what happens is you will get a link on February 14th. The only thing during that week, there's no credit cards, so it's not scammy or anything like that. You don't put a credit card in, you don't have to do anything. So literally you'll get a link on February 14th. That link, just so you know, dies on February 21st. So it goes away. It's just that 1 week. And the only thing that you don't have access to is our Facebook page and the live Zooms and sew-ins. But you can see the replays of our Q&As to kind of get a feel for what's going on inside of that. So again, free week is February 14th to the 21st, and you can actually go to my website to sign up. I'm trying to figure out, I'm going to try and go back and change the description on this to add a link so that you don't have to go someplace else, that you can just click the link there to sign up. But anyway, I hope to see some of you in there. So let me go through and see what kind of questions you guys have. I'm so glad we got the audio figured out. I'll have to remember that for next time. So Teresa, okay, so Teresa would like to enter shows, but she thinks that she's not good enough. Oh gosh, you just got to do it. You just got to do it. And I am sure, 100% positive, that you are good enough. So I want you to just go ahead and do it. And you can start small, right? You don't have to jump in and go to Houston, but just jump in with both feet. Why not? The water's warm. It's cold out there. Okay, so I'm just scrolling through. I just want to make sure. And Denise, yes, so right. Like, there are so many opportunities to learn that it's sometimes really hard, because you don't want to go down the rabbit hole of consuming so much content that then you aren't doing the thing that you love, which is quilting, right? You could technically spend all of your time watching videos, taking classes, doing all of that. Sometimes a lot of information creates analysis paralysis. And you're like, I don't know what to do next. What do I do? So you just want to really be careful of that, right? I think that was all. So anyway, I hope you guys have your peeps, because yes, Brenda, a local fair is a excellent place to start. Love it, love it. So if you guys don't have any other questions for me, I'm going to be live for the next 2 weeks quite often. I'm going to try and make sure that I post it. I'm trying to do them at different times of the day so that I kind of catch different people, because I want everybody to experience the free week of the design, the Creative Design Society. So anyway, you guys have a fantastic day, and you'll probably see me later on this week. All right, see you guys. Have a great day.